Hey, it's Bex, and it's another 2 Minute Tuesday. Laziness and procrastination. I think we've talked quite a lot before about the importance of not putting labels on our learners, on our animals, because essentially when we put a label onto a learner, whether that's a person or an animal, what we're doing is we're putting this issue inside of the person, inside of the animal. So we're describing them as the problem rather than the behaviour they're showing. But today I wanted to talk about the way that we often label ourselves. So when we think about procrastination, so if you've got horse goals, or any goals, but that you want to achieve, things that you want to learn about, things you want to get better at, and you just don't seem to be making the time to do it, or you don't seem to be actioning the goals that you're making, it's really easy, I think, to get down on ourselves and to start feeling like we're endlessly procrastinating. The reality is that when we don't action something that's important to us is usually one of two reasons. One is that we're nervous that we won't be good enough, that we won't meet our own or other people's expectations. And the other is that we don't actually know how to go about doing it. So we don't know where to start. The task itself hasn't been defined well enough. It's not laziness. In actual fact, procrastination is more likely to happen when the task is meaningful to the person and when we care that it is done well. So when I was doing my master's degree, I came to learn this about myself, that when I would get an essay that needed to be written, I would procrastinate on and on. I would research endlessly and really find it difficult to actually start writing anything. And I learned that through the process of completing my postgrad and my master's, that actually if I just sat down and started doing it, then it would flow and it would become easy. So it became something that I understood about myself and I was relatively at peace with. So I think the key here is figure out what are your key goals, prioritize them, and then just pick one and identify what is the first step of that one goal, of that one thing that you're wanting to achieve. What's the first step? What's the first piece of that first step? And just do that. If you haven't defined it well enough, then it's no wonder that you're not getting started. Don't label yourself, don't be down on yourself, just make a plan and pick the first step and put your foot on the road.